Hi, my name is Patrick Castro, and my project was Project 3. And the first part was to visit a private spa or health club and act like a prospective client. So I visited Soho Spa Club in Edgewater, New Jersey this past weekend, and I was supposed to look at the claims that were made, which seemed kind of unrealistic, unhealthy, or deceptive, or evasive. And what I noticed is that a lot of the treatments and the modalities there were, in a sense, uh, uh, kind of advertised in order to seem like it can, treat things that it might not have been able to treat. For example, like if someone had a lower back injury or someone was, suffering from some sort of pain from, a different type of issue, that might be something that requires therapy or even medical treatment. Um, the the brochure gave you kind of an idea uh, of that, it can kind of help you with anything. It can help you relax, it can help treat pain and things like that. And a lot of times many of these spa places shouldn't give that kind of idea, because you should be able to get the proper care somewhere else, such as therapy or help from a medical professional. So as far as deceptive or evasive things, that's kind of what I saw. And also, I noticed that the place was pretty expensive. um, you There's a bunch of different services there. Like you can get acupressure therapy, so you can get a foot massage for 30 or 60 minutes, which ranges from $50 to $95. And I read some reviews online saying a lot of what they do aren't even sort of like reflexology kind of thing where they focus on certain points of the foot. It's kind of just a general massage. So I guess not really worth it. Shiatsu massage for $60 to $110. Um, Marine Body C-Wrap for $185. And then even the massages, 60 to 90 minutes range from $175 to $225. So at least from what I know and from what I've researched, that's pretty expensive. You can go to a local spa or masseuse, even a aromatherapy massage, and you can get it for about 80 to 90 bucks, ranging around there to about 120 bucks for, pretty pricey places locally. And yeah, so, because of the place probably being in a busy populated area and also being a popular place, I think they're able to charge a little more than they, kind of need to. So, it's a little deceptive in that way, but you know, it's kind of, you pay for everything, the environment, the popularity, not always as much as the services and the quality. So, and then my final part was to visit a YMCA and discuss the advantages. Oh, I'm sorry. Discuss the perspective on physical, mental, and spiritual health. And I had an interesting conversation with all three of the YMCA instructors that I interviewed. One was a personal trainer, one was a yoga instructor, and then one was a Pilates. I'm sorry, cycling instructor, who also taught Pilates in a different clinic. So I asked them, talked to them a bit about health and how they feel about the different perspectives. And here's a sample video of the personal trainer that I interviewed at my local YMCA and about what he thought. So,
My name is Jerry Russell. I'm a trainer here at the YMCA, the Gateway Family YMCA. I'm a personal trainer. I'm also a youth sports instructor. I teach basketball and I teach youngsters how to use the equipment in the fitness center. I've been employed here at the Y approximately 15 years.
so what are your perspectives on, mental, physical, and also spiritual health? Like, what do you think about it, and how does it apply to your job every day?
Well, the three are definitely interconnected. Most of us are more aware of the physical fitness aspect of the job. Uh, that's what gets us around, being physically strong enough to get around, uh, and for functional reasons as we get older. We need strength just to walk up and down steps. We need to work on our balance. That becomes a very, very important part of it. As we get older, we become susceptible to falling down. That's where the strengthening of the legs comes into play. For functional things like going to the store, carrying your own bags up the steps, taking yourself up and down steps. You know, those things become very, very important as we get older. We used to take them for granted because we never really had to think twice about them. But as we get older, it becomes a challenge.
Mm. Okay.
On the mental side, just convincing ourselves that we can do something is a big part of it. That's where the mental part comes in, or it connects to the physical side. If you think you can't do it, you can't.
And how about spiritual? How do you feel about that when it relates to your job?
That part is very important because oftentimes when we have problems throughout the day that can carry over, and if we're not careful, that's what can make the beginning of a day that's bad a completely bad day. We have to find some way to turn that around. Generally, your spiritual self is what can do it. That's what keeps us from developing the low self-esteem, being depressed. I think the spiritual side is what really helps us in that aspect. Everyone's going to have a bad day, or it's going to start out a bad day. What we don't want to do is let it end up a bad day. You know, if it starts out bad, when it's time to go to bed and you lay down and put your head on that pillow, we don't want the end of the day to be like the beginning of it was. You have to find a way throughout that day to turn it around. And the spiritual side seems to be the way to go. It's a connection that's deep within, and it's your connection. No one can touch it but you. It may be your connection to your God, or whoever you may pray to. Whatever your spiritual being is, that's your connection. And that's what helps us, I think, with everything we do.
All right.